Hey, Skull Nation. What's up, my fellow Vikings faithful? It's your boy, the ultimate purple people eater himself, back at it again with the hottest Vikings news straight from the heart of Minneapolis. Tonight, as we gear up for that epic Sunday night football showdown against the Atlanta Falcons, I've got a gut punch update that's got me pacing the sidelines like it's third and long. Jordan Addison, our speedy sensation, won't be lighting up the field or even warming the bench. Yeah, you heard that right. Stick around as we dive deep into the suspension saga, because trust me, it's got more twists than a Sam Darnold scramble. Who's ready to break it down and keep the faith alive for week 2? Alright, let's rewind the tape on this one, because if you're like me, you're still shaking your head at how we got here. Back in July 2024, Jordan Addison, our dynamic WR who torched secondaries last season with over 900 yards and 7 touchdowns, got pinched for suspicion of DUI right near LAX. Fast forward to this past July 2025, bam, arraignment and plea hearing. He cops to a lesser wet reckless charge, dodging the full DUI hammer, which is smart lawyering, no doubt. But here's the kicker that hits us where it hurts. The NFL doesn't care about the courtroom finesse. They see alcohol involvement and boom, violation of the substance abuse policy. 3-game suspension to kick off 2025. It's the second game he's missing tonight, and man, does it sting watching that potential go untapped. But hey, don't hit the panic button just yet, Vikings fam. What do you think? Can we rally without our X Factor? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Who's stepping up biggest against Atlanta? This isn't just a setback. It's a storyline begging for heroes. As we unpack the depth chart and how Kevin O'Connell's scheming this out, remember we've got grit in our veins. From the days of the Purple Gang to now, suspensions come and go, but Skull echoes forever. Let's keep that energy rolling into the next beat. Picture this. US Bank Stadium, lights blazing, the sea of purple roaring as the Falcons trot out. But no purple jersey number 3 flashing across the Jumbotron. Addison's parked at home, serving game 2 of 3, with week 3 against the Bengals looming like a storm cloud. That's right, our Ireland adventure in week 4 versus the Steelers will be his triumphant return. Imagine the jet lag mixed with jet speed routes. Over a year since the arrest, and the league's hammer drops now. It's like they waited for the perfect moment to clip our wings right as we're soaring into a new era with J.J. McCarthy under center. I tell you, it's frustrating, but let's channel that into fuel. Addison's not just a receiver. He's a game changer, averaging 17.4 yards per catch last year. Without him, we're leaning hard on the core, but that's where the magic of Minnesota shines. Turning lemons into purple lemonade. What if this absence lights a fire under the returnees? Think about it. We've got vets and rookies hungry to prove they're more than backups. Who's your dark horse in this lineup? Hit me with your predictions below. I read every one, and the best gets a shout out next vid. Transitioning smoothly, because football waits for no one, especially not us Vikings diehards. Tonight's the night we test our resolve, proving to the league that depth isn't a weakness. It's our secret weapon. As the clock ticks down to kickoff, I'm fired up imagining those sideline huddles without Addy, but with twice the heart. Skull, brothers and sisters, let's make this suspension story one for the highlight reels, not the blooper ones. Now, let's talk about the man who's got to sling it without his favorite target. J.J. McCarthy, our golden boy from Michigan, fresh off a solid week 1 debut with 220 yards and a score. Kid's got ice in his veins, but losing Addison? That's like asking a chef to cook without his signature spice. Still, JJ's got options and they're purple through and through. We've got to adapt, scheme those quick slants and deep posts to keep Atlanta's secondary guessing. Remember last season when we went 10-7 without half our stars? This is Vikings football. Resilient, relentless, ready to rumble. Stats don't lie, folks. McCarthy's completion percentage sat at 68% in the preseason, and with better protection, he could feast. But the real question burning in my gut is, does this push him to elevate the whole unit? Imagine a screen to Naylor popping for 40. Pure poetry. Or Felton, our third-round steal, burning the edges like Addison would. What play call are you dying to see from KOC tonight? Sound off in the comments. Your voice amps up the squad more than you know. As we head into this Falcons fray, I'm optimistic, Skull Nation. McCarthy's not facing this alone. It's a team effort, and that's the beauty of our franchise. From the trenches to the air raid, we're built for moments like this. Hang tight. Next up, we spotlight the receiver who's bridging the gap like a boss. Enter Adam Thielen, the prodigal son returning to the purple fold. And oh man, does it feel right. Undrafted in 2013, he grinded his way to 7,000+ yards over a decade with us before that Carolina detour. Traded back just after roster cuts. Talk about perfect timing, with Addison sidelined and more on IR. Thielen's already got that veteran savvy, snagging 5 catches for 72 yards in week 1. At 35, he's not chasing 1,000-yard seasons anymore. But reliability? That's his jam, converting third downs like clockwork. Think back to those glory days. Thielen and Diggs torching defenses. Now it's Thielen and Jefferson. A reunion that screams unfinished business. He's the steady hand McCarthy needs, the route runner who buys time with precise stems. How clutch was that one-handed grab in practice clips. Pure vintage Adam. Fans, if you're old school like me, raise your horns for Thielen's grit. Does his return make us deeper or just nostalgic? Let's debate it out below. Your stories from his prime years crack me up every time. This trade wasn't luck. It was foresight from our front office, stacking the deck when adversity hit. Thielen's 11th season overall, but his heart's always been in Minnesota. As we face Atlanta's stout D-line, expect him to be the safety valve, keeping drives alive. Skull to the vets who bleed purple. Thielen's embodying that tonight. Shifting gears to the young blood that's got me hyped. Jalen Nailor, our 6th-round gem from 22, entering year 4 with something to prove. Last season, he flashed with 14 catches for 195 yards, including that 48-yard bomb that had us all leaping. Now, with Addison out, Nailor's slot work could explode, quick twists, jet sweeps, you name it. He's got that burst, clocking a 4.4540, and KOC loves scheming him open underneath. But it's not just speed. Nailor's got hands like glue, no drops in training camp. Week 1, he chipped in with a couple grabs, but tonight, against Atlanta's zone-heavy scheme, he could feast on those intermediate crosses. Remember his rookie debut TD? Electric. What role do you see Nailor carving out this season? Breakout star or solid role player? Poll time in the comments. Breakout or bust? Nah, we know it's breakout. Nailor's journey screams Vikings. Overlooked draft pick turns contributor. With more down for the year, heartbreaking knee in preseason. Nailor's the next man up, hungry and humble. As McCarthy scans the field, look for that chemistry building. It's the spark we need to light up Sunday night. Keep an eye on him, fam. He's got that underdog fire we all love. Diving deeper into the rookie class, because fresh talent is the lifeblood of any contender, and ours is stacked. First up, Ty Felton, our 3rd-round steal this year out of USC, bringing that Trojan polish to the purple. At 6 feet 1 inch, he's got the frame for contested catches. And early reports say his releases off the line are crisp, shedding jams like a pro. Week 1, he saw a handful of snaps, hauling in a key 3rd-down conversion that kept us in rhythm. Felton's got pedigree, led Pac-12 in yards per game last college season. And now he's learning from Jefferson daily. Imagine him stretching the seam while JJ occupies the top, creating those double-team nightmares for defenses. Against the Falcons, with their secondary banged up, Felton could see extended looks. Rookies, man, they either sink or swim, but this kid's swimming laps. What's your bold prediction for Felton's rookie year? Over 500 yards. Lay it on me in the comments. I'm all ears. Acquired to bolster the void, Felton's integration has been seamless. No huddle jitters. He's the X-factor in this suspension shuffle, proving draft capital well spent. As we build around McCarthy, pieces like Felton remind us. The future's bright, even if the present's a grind. Skull to the new blood. Let's see him shine under those lights. Hot on Felton's heels is Miles Price, the ultimate underdog story. Undrafted free agent who clawed his way onto the 53-man roster, one of 7 UDFAs to do so. Price, a speed demon from EMU with sub 4.4 wheels, specializes in gadget plays, End-arounds, reverses, you get it. He barely saw action in week 1, but with Addison's speed missing, Price could inject that vertical threat on special teams or pops in the slot. Undrafted guys like Price? They're my favorite, zero expectations, all heart. He outshone flashier names in camp, earning Kwesi Adolfomen's trust. Tonight, watch for him on punt returns or a sneaky jet sweep to flip the field. Stats from college. 1,200 all-purpose yards senior year. Underrated? Absolutely. Price for MVP of the depth chart? Who's with me? Comment yes or no. Let's get this hype train rolling. Price's journey mirrors the franchise's scrappy soul, from undrafted legends like Fran Tarkenton to now. In this Falcons matchup, his role might be small but impactful, like a third-down dagger. As we navigate Addison's absence, gems like Price keep us unpredictable. Skol underdogs, you're why we love this team. Zooming out to the full depth chart because context is king in Vikings news, and boy, does it paint a resilient picture. Top dog. Justin Jefferson, our supernova. WR1 through and through, chasing another 1,400-yard masterpiece. He's the constant, the diva route king who demands doubles last week, 10 for 132 already. With Addison out, JJ's targets skyrocket, but he's built for it, thriving under pressure like a true alpha. Then Thielen slots in as the savvy vet, Naylor the versatile chain mover, Felton the upside rookie, Price the spark plug. And yeah, even Rondale Moore lurking lower after that brutal preseason knee tear landing him on IR. It's a mix of experience and explosion, all rallying for McCarthy. No Addison for 3, we've got layers. Which unit? Offense or D? Worries you more tonight? Spill it below, your insights sharpen my game. This chart isn't just names. It's a narrative of adaptation, turning a suspension into a showcase. Kwesi's roster building shines here. Trades, drafts, UDFAs meshing like gears. As Sunday night dawns, I'm pumped to see how it unfolds. Vikings news like this is why we tune in, hearts pounding. Looping back to that arrest fallout because the league's policy is no joke and Addison's plea to wet reckless was a savvy pivot, lesser penalties, no DUI on the record, but still enough to trigger the substance abuse flag. NFL's zero-tolerance vibe means 3 games on the couch, missing prime time against ATL and the Bengals Burrow Brigade. Over a year brewing, it drops now. Timing's cruel, but that's the beast. Yet, in true Vikings fashion, we're not wallowing, we're weaponizing it. Addison's return in Dublin Week 4? Global stage, international Skol chants echoing. He'll be rested, refined, ready to remind everyone why he's a first-round steal. How do you think the layoff affects his rhythm? Rusty or refreshed? Your theories in the comments. Let's crowdsource this comeback. This chapter's tough, but it's temporary. From the 98 moon landing to 09 NFC champs, we've weathered storms. Addison sidelined, but his spirits on the field through the squad. As we brace for kickoff, hold that purple pride high. It's suspension-proof. Fast forward to the silver lining. How this shakes up the receiver room dynamics, fostering that brotherly push we crave. Jefferson mentoring Felton, Thielen schooling Naylor, Price grinding for every rep. It's incubator mode. McCarthy benefits most, spreading the ball, building trust across the board. Week 1 vibes showed promise. Imagine the cohesion by week 4. Stats back it. Teams missing top WRs early often surge later, per last 5 seasons data. Up 20% in scoring post-return. We're primed for that. Against Atlanta's 27th ranked pass D, Exploit City. Who's your go-to target prediction for JJ? JJ, Thielen, or surprise? Vote in comments, winner gets bragging rights. Dynamics like this, they forge legends. Vikings news from the Vikings News Hub keeps us ahead. Always fresh, always fierce. As the game's upon us, this evolution excites me more than it deflates. Skol through the adversity. One more ripple from the suspension. Fan impact, because you're the heartbeat, Skol Nation. Are we rioting in the streets or rallying with signs? From what I'm seeing on X, forums ablaze with support. It's the latter. Hashtag Free Addison trending, purple memes flying. It's unifying, turning frustration into fuel for the faithful. Your passion? Unmatched. That week 1 tailgate energy carried us. Tonight, Amp it up. Questions for you. Does this make you appreciate JJ more? Or spotlight the rookies? Share your sideline stories. Did you rock the Addison jersey anyway? Comments sections are huddle. Let's build the buzz. Fans like us? We're the edge. Vikings news hits different when it's our voices amplifying. As Sunday night looms, know this: Addison feels every chant from afar. United, unbreakable, that's Minnesota. Nearing the end, but let's hype that Week 4 return. Vikings in Dublin, green fields, Guinness vibes, facing the Steelers' steel curtain. Addison debuts internationally, jet-lagged but jacked. Picture a 70-yard scorch on his first touch. Ireland's never seen purple like this. We'll export Skol like it's craft beer. Global expansion's cool, but it's Addison's stage, redemption arc scripted by the gods. 3 weeks out feels eternal, but it'll fly with wins stacking. Travel tips for fantasy. Who's your Addison replacement in lineups? Drop lineups below. I'll roast the bad ones lovingly. This Ireland jaunt? It's the light at the tunnel's end, blending Vikings lore with new horizons. From London 17 to now, international balls are jam. Addison's weight? Worth it for that spotlight. Skol worldwide. Wrapping the receiver rundown, because no stone unturned in Vikings news updates. Let's touch on Rondale Moore's IR heartbreak. Preseason knee, season ender, tough break for the trade acquisition. He was slotted behind Addison, poised for gadget glory with his 4.3 speed. But now he's rehabbing while we grind. Moore's absence doubles down on the depth test, but it opens doors for Price and Felton. Speed's still there, just redistributed. Prayers up for his return next year. Guy's got that Arizona flash. How deep does this hit the WR room? Big loss or manageable? Your call in comments. Moore's story adds grit to our narrative. Trades, injuries, suspensions, we absorb and advance. Vikings resilience 101. As we pivot to Atlanta, his spirits in the fight. Onward. Reflecting on the bigger picture, this suspension's a blip in Addison's star trajectory. Dude's 23 with all-pro upside. Plea handled, lessons learned, now it's football focus. NFL's policy protects the game. But man, 3 games for wet reckless? Debatable, but rules are rules. We grow from it. Better choices off-field. Fiercer on it. Addison's apology was class, owning it, eyeing growth. That's maturity we rally behind. Fans, forgive and forget, or hold the line. Nuanced chat. Let's keep it real in comments. Bigger picture? It's championship fuel. Vikings news keeps us looped. Stay subscribed for the return buzz. Addison's arc? From sideline to savior, can't wait. Teasing ahead, because one suspension doesn't define us. What's next after Falcons? Bengals in Week 3, no Addy still, but Burrow's a beast. Our D, led by Hunter Sacks, has to feast. Win out these 2 and 3-0 entering Ireland. Dream fuel. Post-suspension surge. History shows teams rebound strong. Think 2017's run after early hiccups. McCarthy's poise, O'Connell's schemes. Ingredients there. Bold take. 4-1 after Steelers. Agree? Disagree? Rage in comments. Love the fire. Tease keeps the fire lit. Skol Nation. Vikings news evolves hourly. Check Vikings site for live updates. As tonight unfolds, we're writing the next chapter. Horns up. Final thoughts before kickoff. This is Vikings football. Passion over perfection. Heart over headlines. Addison's out, but our soul's in. From the Metrodome echoes to U.S. bank roars, we've conquered worse. Tonight, play for the man on the couch. His return's our rally cry. You've stuck with me through 15 beats of breakdown, mad respect. What's your key takeaway? Depth, or JJ overload? One word in comments. Go. This community's gold. Your vibes make the vids pop. And that's a wrap on today's Vikings news deep dive. Skol, fam. Now go crush that like button if you're fired up. Drop your Falcons score prediction below. Subscribe for daily purple updates. And share this with every Vikings maniac you know. We're in this together. Horns up for Week 2.